Hi everyone, Drini here, and welcome to my channel. So we're going to take a look at the Axie Infinity ecosystem today because unfortunately, the Ronin blockchain has been hacked and $625 million has been stolen in Ethereum. So I really feel bad about hacking events like this because at the end of the day, it's people's hard-earned money that's stolen. And each of those investors really just want a decentralized world where we control our own finances instead of autocratic, monolithic institutions. So of course, while I can't do anything about the hack, the one thing I can contribute is taking a look at the price action to see what the potential impact is across AXS, SLP, and Ronin, and from there, we chart a way forward. And let's dive in. So first things first, let's take a look at AXS. If you notice, the Ronin hack didn't really impact AXS significantly. This particular correction, where AXS has now fallen by around 15%, was well underway even before the Ronin hack. And the reason for that is quite simple. We are very overextended from the EMAs because of this recent 3-day rally right here. Also, this correction falls in line with just the general Bitcoin and crypto market correction. That is because Bitcoin and the rest of the markets have had very strong rallies. So some profit taking and some consolidation is necessary. So AXS, very similar to other cryptos, has formed an Adam and Eve structure right here. So an Adam and Eve structure is a modified double bottom where you have sharp declines and recoveries, which is the Adam, and you have an Eve, which is like a slow decline and incline before the subsequent move to the upside. This Adam and Eve structure is only bullish when you break the particular neckline. In this case, we have already broken it here at around $57.52. So because of a break in neckline, we do have a technical target, which is the height of the Adam and Eve structure. In this case, if you notice, we had a technical target of around $73, and look at what happened when we meet that technical target. You have some consolidation that happens because this structure has been pretty much validated. The technical target has been met, so we can move on from acting on this particular Adam and Eve structure right here. So now that this Adam and Eve structure is validated, what is the next step? So the next structure that has formed is the broader cup and handle structure right here. So what's happened is this particular neckline right here of around $68 was broken, but because we have been consolidating, what's happening now is you have a bigger cup and handle pattern right here. So what may potentially happen over the next few days is as the golden cross is happening, where the 21 EMA has crossed the 55 EMA right here, expect that some candles may continue to consolidate right here, bounce off of this 21 EMA, and for this to be a bullish structure, we have to break through the $68.40 level once again, backtest data support before continuation to the upside. When that happens, we will have another technical target, which is once again the height of this cup and handle right here. So when we overlay it to when the price will break through that neckline once again, whenever that may be, so for example, let's say it's a few days from now, the new technical target for AXS is $104.89. So what we can expect is a bounce from here, maybe, assuming of course that the Bitcoin markets continue to be strong, break through the price action, eventually backtest data support before slowly continuing and climbing up until this technical target is met, which will validate this structure right here. And let's move on. So what I have here is I have SLP on a daily time frame, and as you can see, we did mention in our previous video that because the RSI was very extended from here, you did need to consider taking some profits because an oversold RSI always leads to an eventual correction to the downside. And look at what happened. We have pretty much fallen below the EMA structure, but because this particular period is when Origins is about to come up, in anticipation of Origins, we are now once again above the EMA structure right here. The Ronin hack was yesterday, so if you notice, SLP price is not affected at all. Now, moving forward for SLP, the key thing to note about this is we will go on an uptrend if Origins will have a very robust burning mechanism for SLP. Whether that means being able to upgrade parts of your Axies, other burning mechanisms at play. If the inflation rate of SLP will be much lower than before, then expect that we can potentially finally go on an uptrend. Otherwise, if inflation remains high, then this particular structure may not last as long as inflation remains high. Because what's going to happen is you still have a lot of guilds, you still have a lot of scholars, they have to meet their respective ROIs. So expect that there will be a continued dump in the market if inflation remains high post-Origin launch. So not surprising, of course, that Ronin was the one that has been most affected by the hack. So this particular hack right here pretty much removed all semblance of Ronin gains that were accumulating for the past 2 weeks now. Ronin has officially fallen from here all the way to here by 32%. Now, there are a couple of things to note here. The positive thing about this Ronin hack is, if you notice, the current price action did not really significantly put Ronin all the way down to zero. We have bounced off of this historic floor right here of around $1.74. So if you notice where we eventually found support, this is where we found support on this historic low right here. Moving forward though, the tricky thing about Ronin is, because we have fallen back on the EMA structure and because we have pretty much wiped out the gains here, there's also a trust issue that will be brewing moving forward for Ronin. So while we're having a relief candle right here, realistically do expect that Ronin may really just crab along this particular price action, if not break it and eventually just crab along slowly to the downside until things get cleared up, the blockchain is more secure, and given that Ronin can really ride on the popularity of Axie Infinity, then eventually we will recover from here. As long as no other hacks happen and as long as the blockchain is properly decentralized moving forward. I hope the hacker gets caught and the funds will be returned soon. As a final note, let this be a lesson to all of us that, of course, while we continue to pursue speed of transactions, it is still very, very important to stick to the principles of blockchain technology. Proper decentralization is very important. When you evaluate all of your gaming cryptos, when you evaluate projects, always factor in how decentralized the chains are before you come into the project.